If you get hurt in an accident in Illinois, but you didn't go to the hospital immediately, you might wonder whether you can still pursue a personal injury claim. My name is Zach Anderson. I'm a co-owner at 217 Law and an injury attorney in Central Illinois. And in this video, I just want to briefly explain, talk about how delays in medical treatment can affect a personal injury case in Illinois. In many situations, people do not realize the full extent of their injuries right away. Adrenaline, shock, or the nature of the injury themselves may cause symptoms to appear hours or days, even weeks later. I had a client, for example, who was in my office earlier today, who suffered really bad burn injuries as a result of a fall at work. And it wasn't until like 3 weeks later, my client discovered that in that same incident, he had actually separated his shoulder. And it wasn't apparent in the weeks immediately following the injury because his other injuries were so severe, it kind of masks those symptoms. So it happens, and um, it happens a lot. And so it's not uncommon for someone to seek medical care sometime after the incident rather than immediately at the scene or in the emergency room. See it all the time in car accidents too. Somebody will get into an accident, to get rear-ended or something, and they'll decline medical treatment at the scene. And then, you know, adrenaline wears off, shock wears off, and the next day, maybe a couple of days later, they realize like, oh wow, I am very sore, and at that point, they'll go seek medical treatment. Um, I consider that gap from when an injury occurred and the first treatment was obtained. If there's a delay, that can be an issue in personal injury cases. It gives insurance companies room to argue, even if it's not true. It just gives them the ability to argue that the injury was not serious or the injury may have been caused by something other than the incident. But just because they can make those arguments doesn't make them true. And so the fact that there might be a delay in treatment does not prevent a person from filing an injury claim in Illinois. And in fact, as I alluded to, I see a lot of cases where there are delays in treatment. It's just one of those things that, one of those hurdles that a good attorney has to deal with. If you are injured in Central Illinois and you have any questions about medical treatment, medical care, or personal injury case in general, please feel free to reach out.